Hey everybody, how are my Kingdom Yogis today on this wonderful Saturday morning? If I look a little ragged, I just got back from the gym. And while I was at the gym, I got motivated to do this video. I know a lot of people want to do a daily practice and struggle with doing it. And I don't know where I'm at. I think I'm at about 1,650 days, maybe. I know I'm past 1,600, but I just check that every once in a while. So I figured out a couple things about how to do yoga on a daily basis. Um, and it struck me today when I was at the gym that if you are struggling with doing yoga daily and you want to, the very first habit, as simple as it may sound, is developing the habit of showing up. No matter what you do, no matter how much or how little you do, if you want a daily practice, you have to first do yoga on a regular basis every day to see yourself, see an identity shift of, I'm a person who does yoga daily. It's really about going from, I call it learn, do, be, like know, do, be. You know something, you do something, and then you become that. And you have to be, I don't even have to think about doing yoga anymore every day. People are like, man, that's really impressive you've done that. But at some point, there comes a point where you're now just in your identity, you're a person who does daily yoga and you can't even imagine not doing it. You might as well be saying, well, are you going to breathe today? Well, of course I'm going to breathe today. Like it's just part of who I am. Are you going to eat today? Yeah, unless I'm fasting for some reason, you can bet I'm going to eat today. I don't have to think about it. So just really practical application, totally serious here. If you want to start practicing yoga on a daily basis, and the first thing to do is develop the habit of showing up no matter how little yoga you do. Trust me on this. If you will roll out your mat and preferably at the same time and place daily if you can, because that ritualization will create routinizing something will create ease of movement into it. You're creating neural network in your head of this being habitual for you, and what fires together wires together, meaning the the mental habits we create result in behavior, and you have to fire neurons with one another again and again and again until they wire together and it becomes normal. So literally roll out your mat. Here's what I want to encourage you to do. Roll out your mat and do something on it. Just something. I don't care how many minutes it is, how long it is. It might be one sun salutation. You may stand and do tree pose on each leg for 30 seconds. But literally, I'm not kidding here, roll out your mat and do something on it that is yoga. Don't sweat over it. You want to stretch yourself a little bit, no pun intended. I didn't think about that until I said that. Maybe you warm up your spine. And so you do a bend side to side, do a few forward folds and back, do a couple twists, and you're done. And it takes 5 minutes. I don't care if you spend 5 minutes on your mat. If you want to create a daily practice, the first thing is shifting your identity to someone where it is normative that every day you get on your mat. People participate their way into commitment, typically more than commit their way into participation. It is quantity over time that produces steadfastness and proficiency and competency. There's a great, I'll close with this illustration real quickly. I'm listening to a book called Atomic Habit, and he was underscoring this in the book, this idea of the habit of just showing up. And that's what drove me to go to the gym today. I hadn't been in weeks. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to the gym, and what happens, happens. I ended up doing a 30-minute high interval intensity training piece, which was great. But I actually told myself, I'm just going to go there, and I may get on a treadmill for 5 minutes, and I may go home, but I'm going to crack my lack of going and just show up. I'm going to work on the habit of just showing up. Because there's literally a guy in the book Atomic Habits that lost over 100 pounds, and it started with he literally just went to the gym every day. And he got there and he'd do like 5 minutes. And then it became, well, if I'm here, I might as well do more. And it became 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Eventually, the guy's 100 pounds lighter. That was actually not the story I want to share, but it fits. There was an illustration in the book, Atomic Habits. He told about a study, a professor who had a class of photographers, and half of the class, he did an experiment, half of the class, they were going to be graded purely on the quantity of their photos. The more photos they got done, the higher grade they got done. The other half of the class were going to be graded on the quality of their photos. They only had to turn in one photo at the end of the year, and they would be graded on how great it was. At the end of the year, what he discovered was that the half of the class that he gave the assignment of quantity created worlds better pictures than the people who had the quality assignment, because they were fretting and hypothesizing and studying and working on, trying to figure out what the perfect photo was, and then they shot one or two or whatever and maybe tweaked it a bit and brought it in. Whereas the people who were just churning through picture after picture after picture, they would do one and go, oh, you know what, the lighting in that wasn't very good, or oh, I can do better on the composition. And they worked their way to greater proficiency. So whether you want daily practice or you want just a better, deeper practice, it all starts with just show up on the mat. Like for those 5, shoot something. Go out and shoot 10 pictures. I'm working on building my YouTube channel right now. I mentioned it yesterday. And one guy who's built multiple successful YouTube channels, I was looking at some of his stuff, and his first piece of advice was, go create 35 videos, period. He said, your videos are going to stink at first. They're going to be bad. That they just are. Don't worry about it. Get them out of the way. Go do 35 videos, and then let's talk about growing your channel. So there you go. I'm going to leave it at that, keep this short, but again, if you want to do a daily practice, I would urge you to just roll out your mat and do something on it. You don't even have to have a mat for all that matters, but I think the ritual of rolling out your mat and claiming a space, that's a whole nother thing, but creating a space and a time where you normally do yoga as a niche will create tremendous consistency as well. So, all right, I'm going to hop off. Saturday, I have got to go work on my sermon and get some stuff, filmed. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm hoping I can get a little bit of time out. I showed up at the gym this morning. I hadn't been in there in weeks. It's the first habit. I'm going to make myself go to the gym at least 5 times this week. I don't care what I do there, but I will show up at that gym and walk through the door and sweat. It may be 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and maybe an hour. I know me though, if I just get through the door, then I'll work. So, all right, blessings, Kingdom Yogis. Hang in there. Let me know if you do start doing yoga daily. There's Diana Alton here. She has done it. She's been a wonderful example of this. I don't know if you're still on your streak. Last I heard, you were at about 70 days. But she kept it simple. She just did a few minutes every day. And that changes your identity to where, hey, now I'm a person who does daily yoga. And it's just a matter of how much I do. All right, blessings. Catch you later. Hey, I just wanted to take a moment and thank you for practicing with me today. I always love connecting with more Christian yogis. There's actually probably a lot more out there than you realize. If you want to connect with us in a more personal way, go over to a Facebook group, Christ Yoga and You. Just search for it. I'll let you in there. It would be awesome to meet you. If you want to get more support in doing yoga daily, I put together a guide that breaks down like just 7 steps to keeping up a consistent practice. I've got over 1,600 days, so I can tell you from experience that it works. Again, thanks so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Until then, I would encourage you to live a fit, a faithful, a really epic life for the Lord, my fellow Kingdom Yogi. I'll see you again soon. Blessings.